Rohan was an ordinary guy with big dreams but an even bigger problem: laziness. He wanted to start his own business, get in shape, and learn new skills, but most days, he stayed glued to his couch, binge-watching TV shows or scrolling endlessly through his phone. One evening, as Rohan lounged in his cluttered room, his father entered and said, "I have something to show you." Intrigued, Rohan followed him into the garage. His father pulled out an old, rusty bicycle. "This bike belonged to your grandfather," his father explained. "He rode it to work every day, even in rain and snow. Do you know why?" Rohan shook his head, unsure where this was going. "Because your grandfather had no other choice," his father continued. "He worked 14 hours a day in a factory, earning just enough to feed the family. He never complained, never gave up, because he had a purpose, a reason bigger than himself." Rohan stared at the bicycle, its faded paint and worn-out tires a testament to years of hard work. His father's words stayed with him that night. The next morning, Rohan woke up early for the first time in months. Inspired by his grandfather's story, he decided to take a small step forward. He started by making his bed, something he hadn't done in years. "If Grandpa could ride a rusty bike to work every day, I can at least keep my space tidy," he thought. As the days passed, Rohan began setting small, achievable goals: 10 minutes of exercise, reading one chapter of a book, or spending 15 minutes working on his business idea. Each time he completed a task, he felt a sense of accomplishment, no matter how small. One day, as Rohan sat in the park, taking a break from his jog, he noticed an ant struggling to carry a crumb much larger than its body. It would take a few steps, stumble, and try again. This went on for several minutes until the ant finally reached its destination, a tiny hole in the ground. Rohan smiled, realizing the profound lesson the ant had just taught him: persistence beats perfection. The ant didn't give up because the task was hard, it simply focused on taking the next step, no matter how small. Months later, Rohan was a completely different person. He had lost weight, started his small business, and even picked up painting, a hobby he had long abandoned. His friends couldn't believe the transformation and asked him how he did it. Rohan simply said, "Start small. Start now. And remember, progress is better than perfection." If a rusty bike and a determined ant can teach you this, imagine what you can achieve. Moral of the story: laziness isn't a permanent state, it's a habit. And like any habit, it can be changed. The key is to start small, focus on the next step, and find a reason bigger than yourself to keep going. Remember, even the smallest actions can lead to big changes over time.